Hey, comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And fans, you're with me, Mike Spider Slayer. And fans, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about, yes, you guessed it, the conclusion to the Darkest Hours story arc for the Superior Spider Man issue number 25. That's right. A lot of us Spider Man fans were waiting for this issue because something big was supposed to happen. And in case you didn't know this and you've been living under a rock, the Amazing Spider-Man is coming back in April. So did it affect the outcome of this issue? I'll let you know my opinion shortly. Book is obviously written by Dan Slott. We all know that by now. The artist in this particular story arc is Roberto Ramos. I am a fan of Roberto Ramos. I like the exaggerated art. I do like the disproportionate bodies to an extent. Um, and I do like the facial expressions that he provides, and I feel that it fits this book, uh, especially at least Spider-Man anyway, because Spider-Man is a gangly looking type of character. He's spider-like, and I like the way he draws them. You can see here that there's other characters that are in this particular issue, which are the Avengers, which are Flash Thompson and Venom. You get the original Hobgoblin in here. See, facial expressions are pretty cool. Um, so I do like the overall art in the book. There's good action sequences. I think the inks are done very well in this book. And, character expressions for me mean a lot, and there's a lot of expression that goes on in Roberto Ramos's art. But I know a lot of people would disagree with me on his artwork, and especially when it comes to Wolverine. His Wolverine and his Iron Man kind of look a little funny because you got Iron Man here with disproportionate body armor. So there, I can see that being a problem. So now that I talked about the art, what did I think about this particular story? Well, it's a double-sized issue, so you're gonna pay that extra dollar. The price point is $4.99 on this issue. In the story here, it's concluding the whole Venom thing, and it's leading into the Goblin Nation thing. And this is, I guess you want to call the beginning of the end, in my opinion, to Superior Spider-Man, or for at least Peter Parker getting his body back. In the issue, we get to see the Avengers get the call from Mary Jane, and they start doing this battle against Venom. And at this point, Superior or Doc Ock has obviously lost control of his mind. He can't control the symbiote anymore. And the dialogue was done really well in here because when you see him talk, he's like, "Oh, we are going to do this," and then he tries to correct himself. So you see that the symbiote is really taking over, and the Avengers are trying to get him to rationalize with himself about what he's doing. You also get Kingsley here, the original Hobgoblin, who is at his wits' end with all his franchises being taken over. And, that's going to lead into the actual Goblin War. Of what's going to happen with the goblins, but this issue had lots of action when it came to the Avengers and Venom. You get to see Carly Cooper in this. What has happened to her once she got sprayed with that goblin serum, and we can see that she looks like this now. And in the issue, you get to see uh, Green Goblin try to get information from her still, but she still doesn't spell the beans. And she goes up to the Green Goblin and says, "Well, I'm not going to tell you everything if you don't tell me who you are." And the Green Goblin actually kind of tells what Carly Cooper, or who he actually is. But I don't think that who he says it is really who it is, if that makes any sense to you. Uh, so again, as the issue progresses, you see lots of battling, lots of action in the issue, and by the time we get to the end of this issue, uh, we find out that Flash is, a few minutes away from dying. Iron Man comes to save the day out of all people, and they expect Iron Man to come in here and save the day. You have people that are in New York revolting against Spider-Man. They're crushing all the spider bots all over the place. And we get to see the goblins causing problems throughout the city. Excuse me. And by the time we get to the complete end of this issue, we see Superior actually fighting the symbiote. He feels that it's wrong, that it's not right, that it should be taking over, you know, his body, that he realizes that it's in complete control of him now. But out of a moment of weakness, of Superior's weakness, we see something that's come out of him that we haven't seen in a very long time. And this is a spoiler if you don't want to know. So here we go. Bam! Peter Parker makes his return. Even though it's just the subconscious of him, you're like, damn! Peter Parker's back! And it's like, this is the big thing that we've been waiting for. Because in issue 20, I think it was when it was the whole Spider-Man 2099 thing, and we got to see Otto Octavius try to access his memory to find out that combination code, you got to see someone breaking free of all the piles. And it looked like it was Peter Parker. And he slowly made his way back. And in the issue, you get to see that. But he's not really making his presence known. He's kind of going back and hiding again. And so by the end of the issue, we see that Eugene or Flash Thompson gets the symbiote back. He lives, and we get to see Mary Jane get bailed out of jail by Aunt May and J. Jonah Sr. And we also get to see the Avengers. They are kind of starting to get suspicious about Superior Spider-Man. One thing in here that was pretty interesting was Mary Jane kind of just blows off Aunt May and J. Jonah Sr., which I thought was very interesting. But by the next page, you find out that it's just to talk to what she thinks is Peter Parker, obviously. And again, she's so naive in the issue. She's just like, oh, this is why you were acting this way because of the symbiote and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, she hugs Peter, and Peter has that evil look like, haha, I got away with it again, you know? And it's like, God, when you, it's just, oh, it's so frustrating. But basically, that's what happens in the issue in a nutshell. There's a lot to read. I left a lot out for you guys to really appreciate the issue for what it's worth. My thought process on this issue was I thought it would have made a much bigger impact if we did not know that Amazing Spider-Man issue 1 was going to be out in April. If we got that news after this came out, this would have been a much more impactful issue. Seeing Spider-Man make that return, or Peter Parker make that return somewhat in this issue. I think a lot of people would have been like, holy crap, oh, he's coming back soon, you know? And then Marvel would have announced it. But I think that image got leaked, and it was a week premature on us finding out that Amazing is coming back. So if we didn't know that Amazing was coming back, I would have said this was like a 5-star book. You know, because it was very, very interesting, very action-packed, had good story in here. And like the last issue, it didn't feel rushed. I really enjoyed it. I felt that it told the story completely from point A to point B, and it was a good setup issue from Goblin Nation. So if you're looking for Goblin Nation, now you'll have to go to Superior Spider-Man Team Up, and that's the prelude to that story arc. So guys, if you haven't read that book, you're going to have to pick up that issue. So guys, leave me your thoughts on this book, this issue. Are you excited for Spider-Man to come back? Did you like the way this was resolved? As a Venom story, maybe it wasn't the best Venom story for Flash Thompson. But what are you going to say? Not everything is perfect. So I'm going to give this one a 4 out of stars. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. And guys, as always, thank you for watching Comic Book Corner 2.0. And this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. And thanks for watching, everyone. Take care. See you soon. Bye.